Hello, I am Vasilis Manthopoulos, also known as Bilos. Today is the 21st of January 2025, and I am in Sofia, Bulgaria. I am Greek. I was born and raised in Patras, in Greece, in southwest Greece. It's a port city, the third largest city in Greece. And like many other artists, I would always draw on paper. And in my teenage years, I started doing my first graffiti on walls. And it was artworks that were strictly based on letterforms and how wild they can be in terms of legibility, following the wild style tradition, with aggressive kind of letterforms, arrows, and many colors that create a graffiti piece as we know it. This, of course, had an impact in the way that I see the world and I create art, and I have been creating art over the years, in terms of my point of view and my perception of the public space. Even now, I work a lot in the public space, whether it is for my own projects, murals for my own research, or commissions. The colors I use are bold most of the times, with high contrast. It's something that just comes natural to me, quite possibly because of my background in graffiti. And I tend to think a lot in large scale, even if I'm drawing on paper or digitally. I always have ideas for big murals, whether they're realized or not. I look at the walls when I walk, when I'm on the train. I look at my surroundings, imagining, big artworks. And it's something that as well is like an instinct. I can't seem to, be able to switch it off. I'm pretty sure this is how many artists function, many artists' brains function, especially when they come from a graffiti background. I do believe that I'm influenced a lot by surrealism, by abstraction, and of course by other artists in the sphere of graffiti and street art. And I do try to give my own twist or my own version of, and combination of elements that I like in other people's work, just to translate them into something that is my own, or at least that's the goal. Pop art as well, in terms of colors, forms, and this the feeling you get when you see a big artwork, even if it's minimal. Without any typography. Very often I am trying to provoke such feelings or reactions, as if you're looking at a piece from that era, an artwork from that era. In terms of actual artists that really influence me, maybe there are no similarities in terms of style or their visual result on the walls or the canvases, but my biggest influences would be the Brazilian twins, Os Jameos, the French artist Orphée, Aris, as well as Erosi, Roids, MSK, Jan Lebert, Ruin, Momo, Sergio Gomez, Hens, Daniel Mann, Satwan, Louis Lambert, and many more. Right now I am focusing in the recent years, I've been focusing a lot on the pure forms, just distilling all the things I've done over the past 20 years into simple forms that actually form their own compositions, still lives, or they create big abstract pieces. I'm also trying to explore a bit more my color palette, trying to actually form my own visual language, which is something that I believe is essential when you want to establish yourself and create a style you can kind of call your own. Personally, for me, the biggest challenge as an artist is the work-life balance, being a father of two, and also having a 9-to-5 job doesn't give me as much time as I would ideally have to be a full-time artist or to have my own studio. So I do face these challenges, but they also give me, those restrictions really give me time to actually be effective, to manage my time in a much better way, I believe, compared to when I had all the time in the world to create, and I felt a bit lost and I would postpone many things. Now it's just chasing deadlines, finding windows of executing projects, traveling, and this also motivates me, I have to say, because I've realized that I become much more productive when I have a schedule and a routine in this way. Advice to give to my younger self, I think it would be to try to be a bit more focused in terms of what I want to do with my art. Of course, going back, looking back, I cannot, I won't change anything because each chapter of my life had its amazing moments, challenges that made me who I am, of course. But I think I would appreciate a bit more now, retrospectively. I would feel better if I had a better kind of like plan in terms of, where I'm going with my art and what I want to do with my art and how to actually make it work so that now I could have been, a full-time artist, just earning a living from my art. But I don't think that it's ever too late. I do believe that at some point I will achieve that. So yeah, I think this is what I would say to my younger self. Being more focused and organized, I guess. In terms of mediums or techniques, a breakthrough for me was trying ceramics. Many people had suggested collaborations or, had just told me, oh, your art looks so much like pottery and ceramics and your forms look like vases or, so I did really want to try that, bringing my shapes to the real world, to the third dimension. But something very experimental, in my opinion, was some pieces in the snow. I've made over the last 3 or 4 years because I'm now based in Sofia, Bulgaria, and the winter is much, much colder and there is a lot of snow, which is something that I was not used to growing up in Patras by the sea, where I had actually never seen snow falling. Even if it did, it would just melt immediately. So I would, just look outside my window, look at all this snow, and of course it's like a really big blank canvas. So I decided to just walk on the snow or use a shovel or anything else I could to just create lines, and therefore a really big artwork, which I guess can be considered land art, which is pretty interesting and experimental, unconventional, I would say. In terms of music, to be honest, I do prefer background noise. I do like, I do like the noises or the sounds that other people make when they work around me, whether that's during a renovation or the traffic or a different language if I've traveled somewhere to create a big mural. Conversations, listening to people's conversations, and it really puts me, in this zone of, that I find myself in this place and time, and I'm part of what's happening around me. But of course, I'm very silent, just focusing on what I'm doing on the wall. And I really enjoy blending in, just listening to whatever is happening around me. It also gives me a sense of awareness, as well as safety if I'm on a scaffolding or ladder or you name it. It's really important. I feel like it's really important to actually not cover my ears, so that I'm aware of my own body, my balance, and the way I work. And silence sometimes is incredible, absolutely incredible. For example, when you work at an abandoned place, when you explore, and it's just you and the silence. It's just something undescribable. I think people have to experience it to understand it, and it cannot be compared to just working at the studio, whether that's your living room, your garage, or your actual studio. Exploring places, public places, abandoned places, and just in this vast emptiness, you're just there on your own, and you create a piece on the wall, an artwork on the wall, on your own, or even if you are with friends. Many times I've been painting with friends, and there's complete silence because we're all in our zone, just creating our artwork, not thinking about anything else. And it's a unique experience. I think one of the best reactions someone has had to my artwork was someone saying that when they were growing up in their neighborhood, this is the art they were hoping to see one day, that would transform their neighborhood, transform their surroundings. And to me, that's the very core of what I do in the public space. This is what exactly what had me mesmerized when I was 12, 13 years old, just watching people creating huge murals in my hometown. And I immediately felt like, this is it. This is what I want to do as well. I want to be like them one day, just changing and transforming people's neighborhoods and daily life when they just walk past a big mural, or they see it from their window. Because, to be honest, it's great to travel and to see different places and to meet other artists and to create big murals, but essentially it's the people that are going to look at this artwork on a daily basis that have their lives transformed. And to me, this is the best thing to hear, that actually this is exactly what someone was hoping for. And this is exactly what I hope people take away from my artwork, and the hope that there is an alternative, there is hope. My artwork tends to be, colorful and bright and positive. At least that's how I feel when I create it, and I want to inspire, positivity and do it without really painting I don't know, happy flowers or sunsets or whatever, but there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just not how I feel I can express myself. But I can actually use my imagination, create this alternate universe where all these things exist and they come to life. And of course, things are much, much better when they come to life rather than when they're just in our heads as creators. And there's a lot of trial and error and practice and hours and hours and years of work. And there's always something new. I'm just amazed myself by other people's talent and other people's work when I see what they create. And on a daily basis, I see new things that make me say, wow, like new shapes, new colors, people reinventing what we do. And it's just a really, really good thing to see. Thank you very much for your invitation, and congratulations on your project. It's just an incredible series and a great initiative. Thank you so much.